Right, okay. So next thing what we're going to learn is some of the events related to the forms, right? So I will use some of my old earlier example. So early example in my, if you look at my solution explorer, I have two forms. First form which the form which I used to create the timer application. Second one, the form I used to teach you about the text change events, right? So if I want it now, if I run this program, the first form will be loaded, right? First form will be loaded. So the first thing happens to the form is the form load event will be triggered, right? So the form load event can be used to set up database connections or various initializations during the loading of the form, right? So let's see how we can use the form load event. I can double click over here, so it will go into form load event. So I'll just have message box here, message box show. So I can say form is loading, or I can say loading or something, loaded, or okay. So let's run this one. Start the application. So the form 2 will be loaded, and it should say loaded, okay, right? So this is the first thing happen. Then when you click on a form, there's another event will triggered when you get the focus into a form. It's called as an activate event, right? So now I'll get a button here, but I'm not going to have I'm going to have a different name or anything. I'll just double click over here, and here what I'm going to do is, so I'm planning to navigate into my second form, right? So first form, so I can say form 1. Okay, so I need to keep something like this, and then I can say form dot show. So I can use just show method. So not the show dialog, so I'll use just show method. Okay, so let's see what's now going to happen. Okay, it's loaded. Form 2 is loaded. Now I have the form 2 with me. Click over here. So I have this form. Now when I click on this one, this is deactivated. Now click on here, this is activated, right? So let's see that I can do some use, how I can use this activate and deactivate method. So I'll go into the side view of this one, look at the properties, and look at the look at in here events. So events, under events we need to get the activate and deactivate method. Okay, here focus, activate and deactivates, right? So first I will double click over here. So here I'm going to have message box show. I can say activated. Right, so okay, so let's run and see how this thing is working. So it's load event. Okay, it's activated also. So you can see load activated. What happened? Okay, it's over here. Right, so now when you click on this one, it will be deactivated, right? So the activated. Now if I click, now it's having the focus over here. Now when I click over here, it's again activated. So that's the use of the activate event. So like that, I can use the deactivate event also. So let's try. So you need to go into form, and so here under focus, you see the deactivate events. So deactivate, so double click over here, you get the deactivate. So here also, maybe if you want it, you can have a message like saying deactivated or something like this, right? Sometimes the okay. Right, so I made small change. I add a additional label here. So when the deactivates, now what happened is, so I formatted, I commented out this form load and deactivate method. So instead of that, so activate method, so the deactivate method, I have this one over here. So instead of showing message box, which is a bit of annoying, so it will say activated or deactivated, right? So okay, so we can try it out, right? So so let me, so now you can see here is activated. Now clear, you can see it deactivated. So as soon as click here, it's activated, and if I go back into the other form, it says deactivated, activated and deactivated, right? Hopefully you understand these three events: form load, form activate and form deactivate. Apart from this one, we can use another method called so that one is called as a dispose method. So dispose method also sometime used to, like, you know, form load event is used to load set up things when form is loaded. Dispose event can be used to destroy the things form is using, like database connections, especially if the form is using database connection, it need to be closed. So something like that one, it can be dispose method can be used. So I'll show you the sample of dispose method also. Give me a second.